Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called Diagonal Sudoku. So today we'll be solving two Sudokus. One is a 6x6 grid size and other is a 9x9. So both of these Sudokus are constructed by Arun Iyer AKA Tenaliraman. So Arun Iyer is an excellent author, and it was the first time that Arun Iyer has authored an SM round along with Hemant and Kumar. So it was an excellent Sudoku Mahabharata round, and the contest is over now, but I would highly recommend you to please check the puzzle booklet. You can still download the Sudoku booklet and solve the Sudokus at your leisure. So it was an excellent contest. All the puzzles and all the Sudokus were really amazing, purely logical, and they are really amazing to solve. So I have given the contest myself and I really enjoyed it. So I would highly recommend you to try the Sudokus and you will really enjoy them. And the diagonal Sudoku in the round was my favorite one. 9x9 diagonal was my favorite, most of the favorite Sudoku in the contest, and I thought of covering a video on this one. And many other people actually loved the diagonal Sudokus. Even the 6x6 variant was 6x6 Sudoku was also not very easy. It was really tough one. And so let's see if you are able to crack the Sudokus. Right. So classic Sudoku rules apply. You need to place digits from 1 to 6 in each row, each column, and 2 into 3 box without repetition. Apart from that, each of the marked diagonals will also have numbers from 1 to 6. This also will have 1 to 6 and this also will have 1 to 6, right? So let's start the Sudoku. If you see the theme here, it is really amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and none of the digits are on the diagonal and just they are used once. And with that, this Sudoku is actually unique, amazing, right? It's really hard to believe that. And let us start solving this Sudoku. So yeah, 6 would have to be in one of these two cells. I won't go with the corner pencil marks, quite confusing for me actually, sorry for that. And okay, one of the very good logic in a diagonal 6x6 Sudoku is that if you see this 5, none of these none of these cells on the diagonal can have a 5, which means on this diagonal 5 would have to be in one of these 3 cells, right? Now what happens is, can these 2 cells be 5? So what happens if you have 5 in these 2 cells, right? Very difficult. You cannot have anything on the if you have 5 in these 2 cells, none of these cells can have a 5, right? So 5 would have to be in one of these 2 cells in this box, so this cell cannot be a 5, right? And another piece of logic that is really good in this Sudoku is, if you see this cell, what can you have on this cell? Whatever you have on this cell cannot be in any of these cells or these cells, right? So whatever you have on this cell cannot be in any of these 2 cells or in these 2 cells, right? Because of the diagonal constraint and because of the classic constraint, which means this cell can only be either 1 or a 2. Amazing. What about this cell? It can only be a 1 or a 2. Amazing, right? Now comes the excellent part. Let me show you what is the, so this was the way that I have solved this Sudoku. So now these are nothing but 1 to 6 triplet here. You have 1, 2 on the diagonal already, so you eliminate 1, 2 from this cell would have to be a 6 and this is a 1, 2. This 6, eliminate 6 from these 2 cells and you have a 6 in these 2 cells, right? One more excellent logic in a 6x6 Sudoku, in a diagonal Sudoku, is these 4 digits will always have to be different, right? Amazing. Now which means both 6 and 5 cannot be here. This cell cannot be either 1 or a 2, so this cell would have to be 3 or a 4. Okay, just a second. You already have 1, 2, you have 3, 4. One of the 3, 4s would have to be in one of these 2 cells, and other 3, 4 would have to be here. Okay, which means one of the 6 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. This 1 and 2, so yeah, that is amazing here. If you see here, this 1 and 2 in this box would have to be in this cell, right? Okay, 6, 3 and 4, 3, 4 and 6 here in any of these cells. You know that 6 cannot be here. One of the 3, 4s whatever you have here would have to be in one of these two cells, right? Okay, 5 6, both of these are different, which means, okay, there is a very good logic here. Both of these are different, right? So 1 2 3 5 6 would have to be here. This cell can only be 4. I didn't get this logic during the contest. I am damn sure I didn't find this logic. That's an excellent piece of logic here. What can you have here? This 1 and 2 has a diagonal logic, which means this cell cannot be neither 1 or a 2, because even if you have 1 or a 2 here, both of these cells cannot be 1 or a 2. Different, right? So which means if you have a 1 here, both of these cells would be 2. If you have a 2 here, both of these cells would be 1, which is not possible. So none of the 1 and 2 can be here. It cannot be 3 and 5 as well. You cannot have 6 also. So this cell will only be a 4. 4 gets eliminated from these cells. 3 gets eliminated from these cells. This is a 4 here. No. This is a 3 here. I am sorry. Which means this is 3 and 6. 6 would have to be in one of these two cells, and 1 and 2, right? So this cell and this cell and these cells are same. Three, 6, 4, 1, 2 and 5. So 1, 2, 5 and 1, 2 and 5. Okay, 6 cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here. 6 would have to be in this cell in the diagonal, which means whatever you have here would have to be here, 1 and 2. And this is a 2, so this cell would have to be a 1. This is 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Sorry. Okay. This cell is a 1 now. So 4 cannot be here, or okay, where can a 3 and a 2 be? 3 and 5 would have to be in one of these two cells. This is a 3, so this is 5, this is 3, 4 and 2, right, in these two cells. This 3 gives you a 6 and a 3 here, that gives you a 6 here. This cell would have to be 2 or a 4, whatever you have here would have to be here. So 1, 6, where can 3 be? 3 cannot be here. So this cell is a 3, 6 and a 3. This is 4 and a 5, 2, 4 and a 5, 2 and a 5. This cell is 2, 4 and a 5. And whatever you have here, that's an excellent piece of logic. This small Sudoku, this 6x6 Sudoku is giving us amazing techniques, amazing logics, guys. Hats off to the author. Thanks a lot, Arun, for such a wonderful Sudoku. Whatever you have here cannot be in any of these two cells because of the classic constraint as well as the diagonal constraint. And which means this cell cannot be both 2 and 4. So this would have to be 5, 2, 4 and 2, 2 and 4, 5 and a 4, 4 and a 5, 2 and a 5. Am I right? 6, 3, 2, 4, 5, 1, 5, 4, 1, 3, 6, 2. Okay. Yeah. So what an amazing Sudoku this was, right? This took us a lot of a time, but it was amazing and excellent Sudoku. Now let us go with the 9x9 Sudoku. That was one of my favorite Sudokus of the contest, right? So let's see if we are able to solve this one. I'll go in the Sudoku thing. Okay. I'll just go with the Sudoku. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's see what we get here is both 5 and 6 cannot be in any of these three cells on the diagonal. So these two cells are 5 and 6. You get a 7, 8, 9 triplet here, which means all of these cells are 1, 2, 3 and 4. This cell cannot be a 2 because of the 2 here, and 6 cannot be in any of these two cells, so 6 would have to be in one of these two cells. Oh, this cell cannot be a 6, so this cell would have to be a 6. 7 is in one of these two cells. 5, 8 and 9, right? 5 cannot be here, so 5 is in one of these three cells, and 8 and 9 can be in anywhere of these cells, right? So I have marked all the possible candidates in the cells. This 6 gives you a 5 here and a 6 here. Seven cannot be in any of these cells. 7 cannot be here. 7 cannot be here. 7 cannot be here because 7 has to be in one of these two cells, right? 7 cannot be here, so this cell is a 7 here. Three and 2 cannot be here, so these cells are not 3 and 2. Yeah. Now at this point of time, I was really lucky to find the logic during the contest. But if you had time and if you have solved this Sudoku using guess, I would highly recommend you please see what am I saying. Listen to me. If you have actually solved this Sudoku during the contest or maybe even at your leisure and actually you have guessed in this Sudoku, I would recommend you to put this at this stage, put this Sudoku in this wiki solver and see what you get, because something that human cannot, I mean to say computer cannot find it easily, human does it very very easily. So there was one logic that author has intended here, and there was amazing logic. At this point of time I actually found that logic very smoothly, and it was by luck I found that logic, but that logic actually help you solve this Sudoku easily. So let me say you what the logic is. If you see this diagonal, right, where can 1 and 4 be on this diagonal? So no, just a second. Other if it is here. Yeah, no, before going into this logic there is also one more thing that we'll have to see is okay, 3 cannot be on this diagonal, right? On this diagonal where can a 3 be? So that logic actually comes into the next part. I forgot that. So 3 would have to be in one of these three cells in this diagonal, right? So let us mark that using the corner pencil marks, which means 3 cannot be in any of these two cells, which means you have a 1 2 4 triplet on the diagonal, and this cell would have to be a 3, right? Now at this point it was even finding the 3 was difficult, and now at this point, now if you see where can 1 and 4 be on this diagonal, right? So there are 3 places where a 1 and 4 can be on the diagonal, 1 2 and 3. What happens if both 1 and 4 are on this cell, eliminating this cell? So let us assume you don't have 1 and 4 here. If you have both 1 and 4 here, where can 1 and 4 be on this diagonal? Or maybe if you have both 1 and 4 here, both of these cells would have to be 2, right? This logic is easy to see, but when you put it in a wiki solver, the computer does not find it very easily. So which means this cell would have to be a 1 and 4, because on this diagonal one of the 1 and 4s would have to be here and other would have to be in one of these two cells. That will give you a 1 2 4 triplet somewhere in this box. So this cell is a 1 and 4 pair here, and that actually helps you solve this Sudoku easily. So this cell is not an 8. Let me mark those. Actually I have not done that. This is not a 7. Okay, yeah, which means you have a 1 and 4 pair here. So these two cells are 1 and 4, which means you will have here 2 6 and 3, 2 3 and 6. This cell cannot be a 3, right? And which means where can a 5 be on this in this box now? There is only one place for the 5 to be here. Where can 8 be in this box now? There is only one place for the 8 here, and that actually solves this Sudoku easily. You get 7 8 and 9. That 7 gives you a 7 here, which means 5 would have to be in one of these two cells. 9 cannot be here, so this cell is a 9, 5 and 8, right? And anything else we are missing here? Yeah, 2 6 3 7 9 1 4 5 and 8. 5, this is 1 4 and 8, 8 1 4 and 5. So you have 1 4 5 2 3 6 7 8 and 9. This cell would have to be a 9. This is 8, this is 7, that gives you 5 and an 8 here. That 8 eliminates 8 from this cell, so you have a 1 4 pair here, that gives you a 5 here. That should give you a 5 here. 6 and 8, so this cell is a 6, this cell is an 8 here. 2 and 3, right? So both of these cells would be 2 and 3. 1 4 and 9. 1 and 4 cannot be here, so this cell would have to be a 9 because of the 1 4 pair here. So you have 5 7 9 3, 1 and 4, 2 6 and 8. So you cannot have 2 in any of these two cells because of the 1 2 4 triplet. So this cell is a 2. These two cells are 6 and 8 in any order. So which means this cell would have to be a 9. This 6 gives you a 3 here and a 6 here. 2 and a 3 here, that gives you 2 here, and these two cells are 1 and 4. Oh sorry, yeah, okay. So you must be thinking this is now kind of a uniqueness trap here, but no, never ever try to use the uniqueness trap in a Sudoku variant, because sometimes you might get you might be wrong, because now these two cells can be can change because of the diagonal constraint. So you can have a 1 or a 4 here depending upon whatever you have here, right? So never get confused with the uniqueness trap using a Sudoku variant, right? In a Sudoku variant, unless you are well versed with it. And these two cells, these 1 2 and 3, 2 cannot be here, 2 cannot be here, so this cell is a 2. 1 4 3 and 7, so 7 is here, 1 3 and 4, 3 1 and 4. 1 2 3 4 and 8, 8 is here, 3 and 4, 3 4 8 and 3 4 8. So 1 5 6 and 4, 1 4 5 and 6, 4 5 6, so this is 1, 5 and 6, this is 4. That 4 eliminates 4 from this cell. So 2 3 and 9, so this cell would have to be a 2, 3 and 9 in any order, right? That 3 gives removes 3 from both of these cells, so this cell is a 3, 1 4 1 4 1 and a 4. That gives you a 3, 9 and a 3, 4 1, 7 and a 3, 1 and 5, 9 and 4, right? So this is 4, this is 9, 7 and 9, so this is 7, that is 9, 1 5 and 6, 1 5 and 6, 4 6 and 8, so this is 6 8, 6 8 and 6, 4 and 8, 5 6 and 5, and that is a 7 here. Amazing! What an amazing Sudoku this was, right? You cannot say that this Sudoku wasn't very good. Both of these Sudokus were really excellent. The logic in 6x6 diagonal was really amazing. Hats off to the author. Thanks a lot, Arun, for such a wonderful Sudoku. Both of these Sudokus were great, and I would highly recommend you please check the Sudoku booklet. You can still download it, try the puzzles at your leisure, and you will really enjoy them. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you.